Good evening, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Good evening, all you crazy football fans. We had ourselves a pretty fun day, didn't we? This was a crazy day of football, and I'll tell you what, for the next half an hour, we're going to enjoy ourselves, man, getting through every single bit of that awesome day of football, and of course, recapping all of the goods in this crazy week in high school football as we are grinding down to the end here. State champions are being crowned, and of course, what comes next? Who will be named national champs? We're getting into all of that, of course. The 3C2A, and then there were 4. The NJCAA, and then there were 4. Of course, Division 2, Division 3, and the NAIA all going into the quarterfinal round. The FCS getting past the first round, getting on into that second round. And of course, FBS action, y'all. This is championship week right here. Hope you're excited. Friday, we start crowning champions, and it ends on Saturday night. And then, of course, who's going bowling and who is on their way to the college football playoff. All of that. And, of course, today, we had some good games, didn't we? For those of you who are not agreeing with me, it's probably because your team sucks like my Raiders. The Niners, they win their 3rd straight. The Jaguars dominate in Nashville. The Texans grind out a huge divisional win. The Dolphins survive a wild finish in Miami. We have a walk-off winner in Jersey for those Jets. What a finish by those Panthers, knocking off, if you will, the number 1 ranked team in the NFL. The Los Angeles Rams. We have the Buccaneers grinding out a tough one at home. The Seahawks defense completely dominates. The Chargers roll on. The Bills, I guess I shouldn't be complaining, man. The Bills completely dominating the Steelers. Broncos playing against the bit versus those Commanders. Got a preview for Sunday Night Football, and of course, a preview for Monday Night Football with the Giants taking on the Patriots, and a little Thursday night as well, as we have Dallas and Detroit. Let's do this, y'all. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport. Welcome, all you crazy football fans. Let's go, y'all. We had ourselves a good day of football, and I hope you're all excited to join me here because I am packed full of caffeine. I'm just kidding. I kind of wish I was, though. But isn't that a scary thought to think this is just me regular without caffeine? I know, crazy, right? But that's just how we do it. I see the teams warming up on the field. Sunday Night Football, the voice is going to be singing in just a little bit, but we're going to finish the show before then. Regardless, we're going to have ourselves some fun. No Teran tonight, but it's all good. I will be dragging this thing along solo, and we got we got a short, extremely packed show for y'all tonight. What's going on, everybody? My boy Brian in the house, Mr. Josh Ritter. We talk about them Dolphins in just a little bit. Mr. Mike Pat and Mr. Glenn Ritter, of course, jumping on in here. Keep it coming, guys. Be in this chat because this is going to be a lot of fun tonight, man. We got to get through a lot of things in just a little bit of time. So again, welcome. Come on. We're going commercial free tonight, getting through every bit of the day, the weekend, if you will, of football. And well, again, we've been having ourselves a great season. Let's keep it going. So before we get into the NFL games, stay with me, y'all. Again, you guys got to get into these lower divisions in high school, man. There's nothing. This is the real deal. Guess when you thought the NFL, man, was the best thing out there? No, believe it or not, the better product is what comes before. Just being real. And how about those Ducks? They're looking pretty solid, man. Let's see if these guys, where they end up and what they'll be doing moving forward. So let's go ahead and get a quick recap of everything, shall we? Starting off with some high school football. Again, stick with me here through this, and we'll get to the NFL shortly. But of course, heading on through some high school football, let's go ahead and sum all this up. I wrote little paragraphs to kind of help me out today, sum all this up instead of going through like game by game. So this week in high school football delivered absolute chaos. Of course, Teran and I talked a ton about this yesterday. A lot of fun, really, really, really good stuff. But this week in high school football delivered absolute chaos, upsets, and statement wins across the Max Preps top 25. So the shocker of the week came from Georgia, where number 11 Carrollton stunned newly number one Grayson 34-14, snapping the Rams' 26-win game streak behind a monster performance from Cameron Wood and freshman quarterback CJ Cipher. Out west, we had Santa Margarita produce one of the most dominant title game efforts in recent memory, dismantling the number 2 Corona Centennial Huskies 42-7 at the Rose Bowl, as USC commit Trent Mosley exploded for 299 receiving yards and 4 total touchdowns, securing the Eagles' first CIF Division I title since 2011. Bishop Gorman out in Vegas also rolled to yet another Nevada State Championship. Buford, of course, from Georgia, South Lake Carroll, and Texas continued their undefeated runs in the playoffs. And Edna Carr of Louisiana extended its streak to 26 with another convincing win. In Arizona, we have Chandler avenged its earlier loss to number 18 Hamilton from earlier the season, punching a ticket to the Open Division Final, while St. Thomas Aquinas from Florida, Bixby from Oklahoma, Grimsley from North Carolina, Clay Chalkville from, I believe, Tennessee, and Chaminade Madonna from Florida all handled business to advance. Meanwhile, New Jersey saw a thriller as St. Joseph Regional edged out number 23 Don Bosco Prep for the non-public single-A crown, with powerhouse programs falling, others rising, and multiple undefeated seasons still alive. The playoff landscape across the nation is more dramatic and unpredictable than ever. So again, guys, high school football, fun stuff as always. Gotta love it. Let's keep it pushing through the 3C2A, man. Yeah, I know. Mr. Josh Ritter, how does number 1 lose by 3 touchdowns? I know. That's the unpredictability of this, right? So moving on here to the 3C2A, the junior colleges of California. Let's keep it pushing. So the 3C2A stage is set, man. It's crazy. This semi in both North and South, this stage delivered pure chaos, as championship caliber football this weekend was just immense, with heavyweights across California punching their tickets to the next week's regional finals. So in the North, number 1 San Mateo powered past Fresno City. Teran and I talked about that yesterday, behind a dominant defensive effort and a balanced offensive attack, while number 2 Modesto imposed its will on an amazing, I just got to give a hand clap to Diablo Valley, man. These dudes had an incredible year, but the door shut in their face, man, to set up a Titanic NorCal championship, man. Showdown between, of course, Modesto and San Mateo yet again. Down south, the fireworks were louder than ever, man, as we have ourselves an all Orange County final. Golden West erupts with a massive fourth quarter surge to knock off Ventura, and Saddleback dismantled Mount Sac with one of the most explosive offense performances for the postseason, man. So now the stage is set. Modesto versus San Mateo up north, and in SoCal, we have Saddleback versus Golden West for SoCal supremacy. 4 Giants remain, and only 2 will earn the place to play in the 3C2A national championship game, the best of California. This is the best football of the season, man. Still ahead. And again, I know I just kind of threw those together, but final scores for those games were crazy, man. Last week, I'm telling you, we saw some good stuff. We had Golden West defeating Ventura 56-38 at home. San Mateo defeated Fresno City 34-13 at home. Modesto defeated Diablo Valley 35-7 at home, and Saddleback defeated Mount San Antonio 58-28 at home. So yeah, crazy stuff there, man. Definitely enjoy it, man. Hey, what's going on? I watched one of my Clinton high school football games. Hey, let's go Clinton High. And of course, man, yeah, Massachusetts have high school, great football there as well. Solid. We will actually get to more of these state championships throughout the next week or so. as they are being crowned. So great stuff there. Let's go ahead and move it on to the NJCAA. And again, just a real quick sum up, nothing crazy, as we just have ourselves a preview. Teran and I are going to be talking about that this week, as a matter of fact. And we have ourselves an NJCAA preview here. They are also down to 4 as they reached a boiling point this week. 4 national powerhouses collide with championship hopes on the line. Council Bluffs, of course. Number 2, Iowa Western will host number 3, Tyler from Texas, in a clash of contrasting identities. The Reavers, discipline, balanced attack against the Apache's explosive big play offense that has overwhelmed opponents all season long. So meanwhile, in Hutchinson, man, we have Hutch from Kansas, number 1 in the nation. The nation's top ranked team looks to protect both its undefeated record and home turf as number 1, of course. As like I said, Hutchinson battles number 4, Northwest Mississippi, the winner, the champion, if you will, of Mississippi, and a red hot squad riding a wave of late season momentum after grinding through the loaded MA3C, which of course is the Mississippi Championship. So the Blue Dragons of Hutchinson, one of the deepest, fastest defenses in the country, but they'll be tested by a Rangers team that thrives on physicality and thrives in tight, high-pressure matchups. So with 2 heavyweight showdowns, man, elite talent on every side, a national championship berth at stake, this weekend promises one of the most electric semifinal slates in recent NJCAA history. And that, of course, is coming on Friday and on Saturday. So we'll have both of those too, man. State championship Minnesota has has first round ranked as their starting quarterback. That's awesome, man. Their starting running back is the goalie for the high school team. That's awesome, man. In good old Minnesota. Big shout out to everybody tuning in, by the way, and throwing in all this fun stuff, man. We appreciate you guys so much. Let's keep it pushing past the 3C2A now into some Division 3 really fast. Got a little Division 3 goodies for you. So the second round of the 2025 Division 3 playoffs, man, great stuff as always. Delivers absolute chaos as we have number 1 North Central, number 2 Mount Union, number 4 Bethel, number 7 St. John's, and number 3 Wisconsin River Falls. They all roll to a dominant performances, and both those rounds also produce major shockwaves. We have Wheaton from Illinois stunned, which is crazy, right? They defeated undefeated Wartburg. Number 15 DePaul outdueled number 11 Wisconsin Whitewater, and number 22 Susquehanna knocked out undefeated number 6 Christopher Newport, who had an amazing season this year, out of the tournament. In the next up, we have number 21 Trinity, Texas, and let's see here, number 17 Barry. They survive physical battles to set up a massive quarterfinal showdown. The upcoming round promises some of the best matchups of the decade, man. We have an OAC grudge match between number 2 Mount Union and number 9 John Carroll. That's always a fun one. A heavyweight collision between number 1 North Central and number 13 Wisconsin Lacrosse, who has actually played. They knocked off a Division 2 team this year, so that should be fun. A marquee showdown with number 8 Johns Hopkins versus number 12 Salisbury, and a national semifinal caliber game in number 7 St. John's at number 3 River Falls. So with upsets everywhere and blue blood still standing, the quarterfinals are shaping up to be one of the most explosive rounds in recent Division 3 history. So look forward to that, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun talking about all the rest of this tournament. Moving on to Division 2 really fast. We have here, if I can find my notes. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so Division 2, man. Again, great football as always. This year has been incredible in Division 2, and this tournament has been a lot of fun to watch. Overall, I got to tell you, looking at some of these teams, such as Ferris State, I mean, it's hard to say that they're not going to dominate this year and continue to be extremely dominant. But Division 2, man, is a lot of fun, man. So this year, obviously, Division 2 has delivered a lot, man. Everything that the fans have hoped for. Powerhouses, stunning upsets, just crazy stuff. So Kutztown, Ferris State, Harding, and Albany all held serve as number 1 seeds, of course, each controlling their matchups and providing while they sit atop of the super region. So, but in the story of the weekend, it came from underdogs Frostburg State, man. They continued its Cinderella surge with yet another gritty victory, while Newberry shocked the nation while kicking out number 2 West Florida, which is crazy, shaking up the entire bracket. Minnesota State, go Mavericks. I think our very own Glenn Ritter attended that school, and UT Permanent Basin also punched their tickets with impressive wins that showed they're peaking at the right time. So now quarterfinals are set and the battles are ahead. Unbeatens like Kutztown, Ferris State, and Harding face their toughest tests yet. So with semifinal bursts on the line, let's see, man. Let's see who we can get. So we're gonna get more into that, of course, this coming week on the show. So be ready for that. But Division 2, man, big ups to those teams, man. Salute to you, Mr. Marcus Los. Great. So big ups again to everybody tuning in tonight, man. Getting on over now to the NAIA again, just a little quick little snippets here and there. So the second round of the 2025 NAIA Football Championship Series delivered everything from blowouts to statement wins. Grandview contributed to look every bit like the number 1 team in the country, which they've been. They rolled past St. Francis behind another 5-touchdown showcase from Jackson Waring. That dude has been everywhere this year. Kaiser, number 2 Kaiser, maxed that strong dominance with a 44-16 win over Southeastern. They're just that good. Fueled by Shea Spencer, his amazing precision, and Jaden Daniels, Jaden Miller, steady ground attack. Friends in Montana Tech kept their undefeated seasons alive. Friends erupting for a 53-point game versus William and Penn, while the Ore Diggers, they lean on a 3-score performance from Levi Torgensen to take down Carroll. Meanwhile, the traveling contenders proved battle ready. Benedictine held off Campbellsville with a late interception. That was a very good game. Marion from Indiana powered through Dort behind Keegan LaBelle's 138 yards, and Lindsey Wilson of Kentucky engineered an incredible comeback to overwhelm Indiana Wesleyan, and College of Idaho showcased the very balanced game in the convincing win over Morningside, which was, in my opinion, the upset of the entire bracket so far. Down go the Mustangs. Now, the stage is set for a blockbuster quarterfinal round. Who will win this stuff? We'll see, man. So really excited for that. And hey, no way. That's pretty awesome. Okay, well, regardless, good old Mankato. Go Mavs, though. Super good team there in Division 2. So there we go. A little bit of NAI action. And then, of course, rolling on into some FCS. Let's do that now. Get on over to the FCS. Here we go. All right. So overall, guys, the FCS, the first round delivered, man. Illinois opened up the weekend with a commanding win over Southeast Louisiana. Rhode Island held off a tough CCSU squad to advance. Yale delivered the shock of the round with a 43-42 thriller over Youngstown State. The Ivy League has been crazy this year, man. We've seen some great football, and big hats off to those guys, man. Yale moving on, especially defeating a team as good as Youngstown State. Abilene Christian of Texas surged past Lamar behind a high-powered offensive showing. Villanova actually issued the loudest statement, though, with a 52-7 victory, dismantling a previously unbeaten Harvard team. This is the hard part because I was really cheering for Harvard this year, man. That was a little team that unfortunately, they couldn't get past Villanova, man. So tough go there as the Wildcats move on. North Dakota, South Dakota, and South Dakota State all rolled to convincing victories, proving the Missouri Valley remains a postseason force, man. So with the field now set for the second round, the stakes are rising dramatically. Unbeaten Titans like North Dakota State, obviously the Bison, await Illinois State. Montana State returns home, coming off its brawl of the wild triumph, knocking off a very good Montana Grizzlies team in Missoula. They return back home to Bozeman. Villanova looks to stay scorching versus undefeated Lehigh, and Tarleton State, previously Division II, now FCS, doing their thing. UC Davis, Montana, Mercer, and Stephen F. Austin all brace for dangerous challengers. So the heavyweights entered the bracket, man. The heavyweights have entered the bracket. The contenders sharpen their aim. And, well, round 2 promises to be a showcase of power, precision, and playoff caliber football. So there you guys have it. A little bit of FCS. Let's get on into the FBS, shall we? Fun stuff as always, man. I love some FBS football. Let's do that now. So this past week, what could we say, right? We're getting ready. We just got through rivalry week, and we're getting ready to get to championship week. But a couple things I got to say, man. First things first, how about Ohio State? This team played as good as they can play. Michigan had no answers. I love how they guarded the M after the game because they want to get the flag planted on their field. But crazy, man. Definitely a huge victory there for the Buckeyes, just showing how damn good they are. This is the number 1 team in the country, and they looked every bit like it. Michigan, not so much. Michigan had no answers. Julian saying 3 touchdowns. I mean, the defense didn't give up hardly anything. Jeremiah Smith balled. This team was too good. 27-9 for Ohio State, man. Big ups to those guys. We had another big victory here just because I thought it was funny. Texas Tech destroying West Virginia 49-0. Oregon, how about them Ducks? Yes, Mr. Josh Ritter. Hey, Josh Ritter, UC Davis. Let's go. Hey. Well, the Aggies are looking good in the FCS, so your wife's team is still alive. And yes, Mr. Josh Ritter, Ohio State is the best team in the country, no doubt. But your Oregon Ducks, my friend, those Oregon Ducks looking pretty darn good. They controlled the trenches. D. Moore, the dude hits amazing numbers. I mean, the defense closes it out late. This was a great game. 26-14 over Washington. LSU and Oklahoma come down to the end, man, but 17-13 for the Oklahoma, just grinding out this victory in Norman. Mateer looked great. 318, I think, for 2 touchdowns in the clutch. They look good. Not that this game even mattered, but it was pretty cool to see Notre Dame just slap around Stanford. Old school rivalry there, 49-20. the Notre Dame looked pretty solid in that game. I'll tell you right now, the Iron Bowl was one of the funnest games to watch because this goes to show you why you throw the records out when it comes to a rivalry game. Alabama looked so freaking vulnerable in this game. I don't know why. Auburn brought this, man. Mean Iron Bowl drama. The Tide make key stops late in the game, but I'll tell you right now, man, War Eagle. Auburn nearly won that thing. Alabama escapes 27-20. Big victory there. Next up, a couple more games, man. Okay, UCF. BYU knocking off UCF 41-21. Solid game there. We have Miami destroying Pittsburgh 38-7. The Canes overwhelmed these guys. Let's see where these guys end up at the end of the year. The big one was Vandy, man. The Vandy boys, 45-24. I guess goes to show you the Volunteers, man. I think they thought they had this one in the bag, but the Commodores stun the Vols in Knoxville. Diego Pavia runs wild, 165 yards, I think. Yeah, 165 yards plus. Looking good there. You have good old USC fight on, baby. They knock off UCLA 29-10. It's the first time that the home team has won this thing in like 4 or 5 years. So the victory bell stays Cardinal and gold this year. Micaiah Lemon, though he didn't start the game for some disciplinary issues, he answered huge. Some big pickups in this game. Clutch touchdown. Trojans surge late. Virginia just destroys Virginia Tech 27-7 in their rivalry game. And of course, a game that I thought was just really cool. SMU, man, Cal defeating SMU 38-35, man. Bears outlast Mustangs in a shootout. Late Cal surge flips it into Berkeley's hands. Great victory for that. So what do we have moving forward? Well, I'll tell you, yes. I'm loving the comments, by the way, tonight, man. Go Ducks. Boo Notre Dame. I am totally with you there, good sir. So what happens next? Well, we have ourselves some championships to preview. And of course, on Friday, Teran and I will be on earlier in the day, and we will talk about these championships in actual depth. But championship previews are here, man. Conference USA, Kennesaw State, Jacksonville State. Should be a fun one. Sun Belt, Fun Belt, man. Troy takes on number 19, James Madison. Again, a previous FCS team of James Madison. We have the ACC Championship. Number 21, Tulane taking on number 20, North Texas, the Mean Green. Mountain West Championship, UNLV in Boise. Let's go, man. UNLV has been as advertised this year, but Boise, of course, the the champions of the Smurf turf and the champions of, well, they've been the Mountain West champs for quite some time. They've been on top of this division or this conference. They've been a strong team for years. Let's see, man. This is actually a very exciting game, UNLV and Boise State. So those are the Friday games. And, of course, on Saturday, we have some big ones. The Big 12 championship, number 5, Texas Tech taking on number 11, BYU. We have here the MAC championship, Miami of Ohio taking on Western Michigan. The SEC championship, very, very highly anticipated game. Number 4, Georgia taking on number 10, Alabama. The Big Championship, number 1, Ohio State taking on number 2, Indiana. This is going to be a fun game. And then, of course, the ACC Championship, Duke of all teams, right? Duke, standout year. We'll be taking on number 18, Virginia. Yeah, we got ourselves some fun games, man, coming up in championship week. So hopefully you guys are around for that show on Friday, and we can talk all about those games, previewing them all. Looking forward to that. So, all right, guys. So let's go ahead and keep this moving, man, into whoopsies. I don't know what's going on here. Sorry about that. Almost lost you guys. But all right. So let's keep it going, man, and roll on into the NFL. So this year, this year. Well, this year has been something, but what a week, right, guys? What a week. The 49ers. All right, let me go ahead and, switch up my banner. There we go. Now we're officially into the NFL. All right, so real quick, guys, this has been a fun year. But when you look at it, what stands out to you the most? Just in my opinion, the craziness, right? We've seen so many different deals happen here. I mean, teams falling from grace. I don't even know who the Eagles are anymore, but I know who the Bears are now. The Rams looking like the number 1 team in the NFL, and then today happened. I mean, just you never know one week from the other, and this is why the NFL is the NFL, right? Some things never change, though, like my Raiders getting destroyed because they're the Raiders. But let's start things off. Obviously, we had our Thanksgiving games. We talked about that already on yesterday's show, Teran and I. But in case you guys have been under a rock, which I'm sure you haven't, our Thanksgiving games were a lot of fun. Packers delivering this week, defeating the Lions 31-24 on the road. The Cowboys standing up to the Chiefs, defeating them 31-28 at home. The Ravens on Thursday Night Football on Thanksgiving, the Bengals defeating the Ravens 32-14. Crazy Thanksgiving Day football. And the craziness continued on Friday, where the Bears, of all teams, knock off the defending champs, the Eagles, 24-15. That is crazy, you guys. The Eagles now look as vulnerable as they have. I'm not trying to say you can't win a Super Bowl from right now if you have an 8-4 record, but I will say I'm very surprised with the Bears, which is with as good as they've been playing. So crazy stuff there. And then we get on to today. Wow, today was something else. We had some great games, man. The 49ers roll to their 3rd straight victory, taking down the Browns 26-28, which the Browns, unless you're the Raiders, that's a good team. But they took these guys down in Cleveland. Brock Purdy delivers a rushing touchdown and a dime to Juwan Jennings, while CMC punches in another score. San Francisco's defense shuts the door on Shedeur Sanders in his home debut, and just overall great freaking game, man. The Niners roll on to a big victory there at home. On the road, and they look every bit like the team that they probably should have been starting out the year. A lot of players are getting healthy. Let's see how these guys look moving forward. Next up, the Jaguars dominate in Nashville, rolling past the Titans 25-3 to move to 8-4 on the season, man. Lawrence throws for 2 touchdowns, adds a 2-point conversion on the ground, and Tutton punches in another. Jacksonville's defense clamps down, holding Tennessee to just 188 total yards. That's huge, man. That's very big for these Jacksonville Jaguars, man. Moving forward into the next game, we have the Texans grind out a huge divisional win, taking down the Colts 20-16 in good old Indiana. This was huge. Because our very own Chill Mike, Big Mike in our ID Sports Radio group, man, he said their season's over. The Colts. I would say not so fast, but it's been a it hasn't been the best. Wasn't the best day for these guys. But the Texans, you got to hand it to them, man. They take down the Colts 20-16 in Indy. Collins seals it with a 7-yard rushing touchdown, while the Houston Texans, they hold strong late in this game. Colts now fall to 8-4 on the season. The Texans climb to 7-5 and stay alive in the AFC South race. Craziness, right? Next up, let's talk a little bit about those Miami Dolphins, right? Because why not? This team has been yes. Is Cam Ward a bad pick for the Titans? I think anybody's a bad pick for the Titans, man. This team is, they're basically just the Raiders in Tennessee, towards the East Coast. Because it's like that movie Life, and I always refer to this. Can't get right. I mean, these two teams, I'm telling you, it's really sad how the Raiders and the Titans are a mirror of each other. I feel really bad. I feel like Cam Ward deserved better. But let's see what these guys do and who they can draft, and if the Titans can get anything better moving for them a little bit in this season and hopefully moving on towards next season. So the Texans, again, just get a big victory there over the Colts. Next up, the Dolphins survive a wild finish in Miami, taking down the Saints 21-17. Thanks to Devon Bell, Kane, man, 134 yards. What the crap? 4 clutch field goals from Riley Patterson. Miami moves to 5-7 and actually keep their playoff hopes flickering. Look. Yeah, Dolph, I don't know anymore. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. Tua just didn't pan out. I want to cheer for him. I still remember the national championship where he came in for when he came in for Hurts and he took over and they won a national championship behind a great second half from him. I want to believe in that guy, and I still do. But unfortunately, he just hasn't been the guy in Miami, and I think it's time to move on. They need to move forward. But yes, Kane is the second best running back in the league behind JD, which is crazy, right? This dude is legit. You got something going there positive. Let's go, man. Hopefully the Dolphins can ride that and keep it moving forward for those guys. I really want to see better things coming out of Miami because it's a proud fan base, man. They've gone through a lot of heartbreaks over the years, and I honestly do believe that as crappy as they've been, they're 5-7. 2 games away from 500. I mean, I do feel that this team, there's a lot of good sparks, but unfortunately, it just hasn't hit all together. Let's see what they do in the offseason. I don't know. I don't think mathematically they're not eliminated yet, but I don't think they're going to make it. Regardless, let's see what they do in the offseason. So next up, we have a walk-off winner in Jersey. Nick Folk, man, he drills a 56-yard field goal at the buzzer as the Jets storm back to defeat the Falcons 27-24. Tyrod Taylor delivers late heroics, and Adonai Mitchell goes over 100 yards as the Jets snap the skid in dramatic fashion. Damn Falcons, man. I mean, this team, there was so much promise, and then they just kind of fell off. I know injuries happen, but regardless, rough go for those guys. And the Jets, there's no future this year, but I will say good for them, good for them, good for them. And yes, utter heartbreak for the Dolphins fans. My apologies, man. But at least, again, there's always next season, right? I know you get sick of saying that, but next up, what a finish. Bryce Young throws a 43-yard bomb to Teteroa McMillan to put Carolina ahead, and the Panthers close it out with a clutch defensive takeaway to stun the Rams 31-28. Panthers stay alive in the NFC playoff race. Rams now fall to 9-3. The Buccaneers, these guys grind out a tough one at home. Tampa Bay survives a late Arizona push, and they hang on to win 20-17 thanks to a 57-yard McLaughlin bomb, a trick play touchdown to Tristan Wirfs, which was crazy, and a Bucky Irving's. This dude returned to action, just boom, did his thing, returned to action, score. I loved it. Great job for these guys today, man. The Buccaneers get one done. Heartbreak for the Cardinals. The Seahawks, these guys, defense dominates in a full-on Lumenfield shutout, man. Seattle forces 5 turnovers, including an 85-yard pick six from Ernest Jones IV, while Jason Myers drills 4 field goals in the shutout. In a total shutout, 26-0. Minnesota is congratulations to the Gophers for defeating the Badgers and keeping the axe. That's about as good as the Vikings are right now. Yeah, that's at least the college team one, right? Because the Vikings have fallen off a cliff. Chargers roll at SoFi. LA dominates in a 31-14 win over the Raiders behind Kamani Vidal's 59-yard burst and touchdown grabs from Quentin Johnston and Lad McConkey, man. These guys all dominated. The Bolts improved to 8-4 as the defense smothers Vegas all afternoon, because why would the Raiders actually want to show some effort unless your name is Max Crosby? Anyway, the Bills dominate. These guys, man, they dominate the time possession and slam the Steelers 26-7 behind Josh Allen's touchdown run, Keon Coleman's score, and a defensive scoop and score by Christian Benford. Buffalo moves up to 8-4 in the AFC race. This has been fun, man. I have really enjoyed this. Let's go back to our chat here. Yeah, please see Evero. Yeah, make adjustments needed. Yes, with half and secondary out. Absolutely, man. What a crazy freaking year, right? Like, how about those damn Panthers? I am really impressed right now with that victory. Bucky, we all know, man, right? Dude has been amazing. And of course, the Gophers and Wild are the only things to cheer for in Minnesota right now. On to the NFL draft. I'm telling you guys, man, my NFC North this year was a fight between the Packers, the Lions, and the Vikings. And the Bears were in the basement, nowhere to be found. That's why we play the games. That's why we play the games. Yeah. Joey Jets, what's up, man? Happy Mike Jets won. We just talked about those guys earlier, man. Big victory for the Jets today over the Falcons. Let's keep it pushing, man. The red hot Broncos, man, today. So those were all the offensive games. Well, the games from earlier today. Some of those were offensive games. I'm sorry, but those were all the games from earlier today. Tonight, got a little bit of a preview, man. We have here the red-hot Broncos riding an 8-game win streak into Landover, looking to stay atop of the AFC. Washington aims to play spoiler and snap a brutal skid. Can Denver keep rolling, or do the Commanders spark an upset? You already know I got to go Broncos all day in this game. There is no way on God's green earth. We don't know. There's been crazy things have happened, right? But I just don't see it, man. Raise hail tonight just isn't there. I'm sorry. Commanders don't have a lot there. It is a team who has just been devastated with injuries. They don't look as good as they did last year whatsoever. Just a rough go for these guys. So I got to go Broncos all day. And we were all wrong on the Bears. That's for dang sure, man. But yeah, so that is my thoughts there for sure. Talking about Sunday Night Football tonight. I got Broncos all day long. Monday Night Football. We got a preview here in Foxborough. The 2-10 Giants, which are completely done for the year. Okay, head into freezing Gillette to face off against the NFL leading 10-2 Patriots. Crazy, right? Winners of 9 straight games. Yeah, that's what happens when you lose to the Raiders. You can't lose to anybody else because that's embarrassing. They lost in week 1 and never looked back. I mean, they lost to the Steelers too. Regardless, though, the only true loss, that game could have went either way, was to the Raiders. So this year, the Patriots, man, I guess that could be the Raiders' claim to fame this year, right? But can Jackson Dart spark an upset, or will Drake May keep New England rolling towards the AFC's top seed? I got to go 100% Patriots. I don't know how any of you can pick against them right now. They look good. They look strong. And unless you're in the AFC East and hate them, you're probably going to pick them tonight too. And then, of course, a little Thursday night action, right, coming our way. We have Thursday night football in the Motor City. The surging Cowboys, 3 straight wins now, rolling to Ford Field to face off against the 7-5 Lions and a high-stakes NFC showdown. Dak versus Goff, Gibbs versus J. Will. Man, this will be fun. Playoff positioning on the line. Who will take Thursday night? As much as I want to say, much as I think Dallas is going to keep their little streak going, I think the streak ends here. Let's go, Lions. I think they're just too strong. Cue the music, man. Look at this right here. We have the voice is Carrie Underwood about to sing, and we have ourselves a show. So with that said, you guys, that is our show tonight. Fast, fun, very fast-paced, 40 minutes in, and that is that. But we had ourselves a fun one, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. all the awesome comments. I mean, we are going to have ourselves a jolly good show, man, on Friday. I always hate the Patriots. Spoken like a true Dolphins fan. Thank you guys all for tuning in tonight, man. Lots of viewers. You guys are amazing. Always love doing this show. Again, tonight, Teran, my boy Teran, out for the night, but he'll be back on Friday. And, well, there you have it. So, again, the Sunday Night Anthem is queuing at the moment. We've been waiting all day for Sunday night, haven't we? Because, well, that's what we do. And tonight, again, as much as I think the Commanders are, can be an upsetting team, I think the only people who are going to be upset are the Commanders and their fans, because the Broncos have been on one, and I really do believe that this is going to be a very, very, very one-sided game. But then again, we've seen crazier things, right? So we'll see. Other than that, man, be ready for tomorrow night. I'm sure the Patriots will win this thing over the Giants. And then Thursday Night Football, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, as the Lions take on the Cowboys. Again, I got the Lions in that game. So there it is, you guys. We are all done. Remember, championship weekend is coming your way. We got state championships coming on up in the next week or so for high school football. So stay tuned to Max Preps. Show some love to your local high schools out there as well. They're still in this thing. Because if you're still playing football right now in high school, you're at the highest level you can probably be. I mean, that's huge. So big ups, of course, to all of the colleges around you. Again, show some love, man. If you got any D2s, D3s, NAIA schools, any FCS schools in your area, show them some love. Any NJCAA or 3C2A teams, man, get into them. Show them some love. Give them support. I played in the 3C2A at Riverside Community College years ago, and it was awesome. Loved it before I went on to the NCAA. And again, support. That's what it's all about. Speaking of support, tons of viewers tonight. Thank you all for supporting this show, and of course, all of our awesome stuff here at IE Sports Radio. Give us a follow on X, TikTok, YouTube, and now back on Instagram. That's right, at IE Sports Radio. Website will be returning within the month. So many great things coming your way, you guys. Stay tuned to all of our awesome shows here on the network, and that is that. So you guys are amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Glenn Ritter, Josh Ritter, Joey Jets, everybody tuning in tonight. I will see you guys again on Friday afternoon with my boy Teran Rodriguez to give you the previews of all the championships, to recap all these primetime games from this week in the NFL, and to keep it pushing with football. So, for me, your boy Larry B, I'm signing off. I will see you on Friday with Teran. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless. Peace.